Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal. He says it's a fraud. It says he'll fire anyone that buys it. Yes.
And at the same time, his company is buying it.
His company is buying it.
Is it true that you're building out a cryptocurrency capability? No. I mean, we're looking at it.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump. until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. After yesterday, we did get a slight move up. Don't forget we have CME futures today. And we did get some news on Ethereum futures ETF. I'm going to go over that later. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates pulling back. We have the dollar slightly down. And we know that is good for the markets. And we know the Fed manipulates these rates. And then in crypto, we have volume up. We have Tether and USDC. And then we have the Fed, repo at 1.4 trillion. And we had Jerome in the house yesterday speaking to students, explaining how the economy worked. It was nothing to play in the video, so that's the reason why I didn't bring it to you. But we know with all the distractions, the Fed moves behind the curtain. So guys, we have the government looming. We have the strikes, which is really hurting the economy. I think at 12 o'clock, you have even more people going on strike. And don't forget, guys, all this is strategic. You're heading into the holidays, which is going to hurt a lot of people. And we know a lot of jobs hire in the fourth quarter, which the employment numbers are really going to be messed up. You're not going to know real employment numbers until the first quarter of next year, because we have corporations hiring hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people due to the holidays. But these strikes are going to weigh on the American economy. But we know we're in a fragmented world. They're going to destroy each sector so they can replace it with technology. And I'm going to go over that later on in the video. But guys, we clearly see the robots, algorithms, and drones are about to take over the economy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $22.1 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news. We have Ripple pulls back from Fortress Trust acquisition 20 days after announcement. So they're still a shareholder, but they're no longer going to purchase the company. Now we have PayPal applies for NFT marketplace patent for on-chain and off-chain asset trading through a third-party provider. Now guys, we have Buenos Aires to issue blockchain-based digital ID. And you have birth certificates, marriage licenses, proof of income, academic verification. And we know how this is going to be sold. It's a one-stop shop. It's for your convenience. But this is your private information, which of course, guys, we know can be hacked. And we know who the hackers are. But when you add in this social credit system and you happen to do something that they don't like, you can clearly see how they can push a button and wipe you right out the system. Remember, guys, technology can be used for good or evil. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Open Trade unveils tokenized U.S. Treasury offerings as tokenized rates gain steam. And guys, we know everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. Like I stated, we're in a fragmented world. And when you look at this strike, guys, we know the supply chain when it comes to these electric vehicles is going to be on blockchain. And we know a lot of these electric vehicles are being built for AI. No one's going to be driving these cars. 95% of people, when they see electric vehicles coming, they think they're going to be driving them. That's not the agenda. The agenda is for the machines to be controlling these cars and the sheep walking in the 15-minute cities. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we have Valkyrie will offer exposure to Ethereum futures through a combined crypto strategy ETF. So they already have a Bitcoin that is going to add in Ethereum. And we will see at the beginning of October how much liquidity and volume come in. You guys know where to look. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. And then lastly, guys, we have Blackrock's Bitcoin Spot ETF gets delayed. So, guys, we know that was all a big distraction. Remember when BlackRock said they were coming in to do a spot Bitcoin ETF? We received the pump, and we know the mainstream media was right behind it. And I told you, I definitely see Grayscale getting the spot Bitcoin ETF first, just because they're the ones who had the lawsuit in. But guys, we know the first part of next year, we definitely should get a spot Bitcoin ETF. But remember, guys, you're in a movie. Sometimes you just have to get your popcorn, sit back, relax, and let it play out. And the same thing goes for this fourth quarter. It is going to be very entertaining. Remember, guys, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.